Boston Bruins captured the East Division crown, rolling up a fantastic 119 points with 54 wins and only 13 losses. The incomparable Bobby Orr paved the way. Orr's 37 goals tied his own mark for most goals by a defenseman, and his 80 assists led the league in that department. Additionally, Orr was a first-team All-Star, won the Hart Trophy as the most valuable player for the third consecutive time, and took home the Norris Trophy as the league's outstanding defenseman for the 5th straight time. Another first-team All-Star, Phil Esposito, earned his 3rd scoring title in 4 years with 66 goals and 67 assists. Espo's 66, though 10 short of his single-season record set 1 year ago, was the 2nd highest total in NHL history. But the Bruins machine was much more than Esposito and Orr. 8 players had over 20 goals. The power play unit tallied 74 times with a manpower advantage and 18 more while shorthanded to lead the entire league. The defense was aided by the acquisition of Carl Vadnais from California and the steady play of Dallas Smith. Fred Stanfield was 12th in the NHL scoring parade, while veteran left wing Johnny Busick finished in the top 10 with 32 goals and 51 assists. Ken Hodge missed 18 games with an ankle injury, but still managed to have a productive year with 56 points. All in all, there was every good reason for Bostonians to celebrate during the 1972 campaign. The New York Rangers nailed down 2nd place in the East, 10 points behind the Bruins, as Rangers captain Vic Hadfield became the 6th player in NHL history to score 50 goals. Center Jean Rattel led the league in scoring until a broken ankle forced him to the sidelines with 15 games remaining. Still, Rattel finished 3rd with 109 points and was awarded the Lady Byng Trophy. First-team All-Star Rod Gilbert was the NHL's number 5 scorer, and this goal put the Gilbert-Rattel-Hadfield line in the record book. Outstanding performances by Walt Kachuk and Billy Fairburn helped the powerful Rangers offense establish a club record 317 goals during the season. Brad Park became only the 3rd defenseman in NHL history to tally more than 20 goals as he scored 24 times en route to a position on the first-team All-Stars. Park's defensive efforts anchored the Rangers' back line in impressive fashion with help from Rod Sealing. The goaltending duo of Eddie Jockman and Gilles Villemure, last year's Vezina Trophy winners, finished 3rd in 1972 with another well-rounded showing. The Montreal Canadiens finished 3rd in the East, only 1 point behind New York. Weakened by the retirement of Jean Beliveau, the defending Stanley Cup champions rallied late in the season and almost caught the Rangers. Frank and Peter Mahovlich form a devastating brother act. Frank scored 43 goals and 53 assists to finish 6th among the league leaders. Peter added 35 goals and his best season ever. The flying Frenchman Yvan Cournoyer was 8th in the league scoring race with 47 goals and was elected to the 2nd-team All-Star squad at right wing. Jacques Lemaire and Marc Tardif both set new personal scoring records with 32 and 31 goals each, as the Canadiens' power-packed offense joined Boston and New York in breaking the 300-goal barrier. Rookie Guy Lafleur contributed strongly with 29 goals and 35 assists, lending validity to his #1 draft selection a year ago. Big Ken Dryden proved his performance as the 1971 Stanley Cup MVP was no fluke. By far the busiest goaltender in the league, Dryden appeared in 64 games and lost only 8. His amazing 2.24 goals against average helped him earn the Calder Trophy as the NHL's Rookie of the Year. Toronto Maple Leafs fought off a late-season surge by Detroit to capture the 4th playoff berth in the East. And it was the Leafs' defense that pulled them through with top-notch performances by veterans Jacques Plante and Bernie Perrin in goal and Bobby Baugh on the back line. The Leafs' offense featured Dave Keon, Paul Henderson, Ron Ellis, and Norm Ullman. Ullman went over the 1,000-point level in his career with his 3rd point of the season. He ended the year with 23 goals and 50 assists, placing him among the top 20 in the league as the Leafs' top point getter. Dave Keon, in his 12th season with Toronto, continued to play his inspired brand of hockey all over the ice, while Paul Henderson hit the 30 or better mark for the 2nd straight year, scoring 38 goals to lead the Leafs in that department. Ron Ellis made it 6 consecutive campaigns of 20 goals or more as he tallied 23 times. With Gordie Howe retired, Alex Del Vecchio became Detroit's most active senior citizen. In his 21st season as a Red Wing, Del Vecchio hit the 20-goal mark for the 13th time, spearheading a furious rush at the East final playoff slot. The Wings fell just short after carrying the fight down to the last week. Red Berenson and Mickey Redmond added fuel to the fiery Red Wings, climbing into the top 20 scoring list. Gary Bergman was the steadying influence in a defense that showed tremendous improvement as the season progressed. Marcel Dionne, the Red Wings' #1 draft choice, proved to be everything the Detroit fans anticipated and then some. Dionne set a sizzling scoring pace down the stretch to finish 13th in the league. In the process, he established a new record for total points by a rookie with 77. Dionne and 4th-year man Nick Livett are 2 prominent reasons the Wings youth movement is taking hold. The Buffalo Sabres came up with their 2nd super rookie in a row. Last year it was Gil Perreault. This year it was Rick Martin. Martin took aim on Perreault's freshman record of 38 goals and snapped it with a grand total of 44. Here's number 39, the record breaker. Perreault continued his spectacular play in his sophomore season, tying Rick Martin for 15th in the NHL scoring derby with 74 points. The 2nd busiest goaltender in the NHL in 1972 was the Sabres' Roger Crozier. Crozier appeared in 63 games. A crafty veteran, but still just 30 years old, the nimble Crozier gives Buffalo a steady hand in the nets. This was the Sabres' 2nd season in the NHL, and the future is bright. Building with youngsters, the likes of Perreault, Martin, Jerry Meehan, Steve Atkinson, and Don Luce, the Sabres are beginning to make their presence felt. The Vancouver Canucks, also a 2nd-year team, also came up with another talented rookie. In 1971, it was Dale Talent. This year, it was Jocelyn Gavremot. Wearing #2, Gavremot's heady defensive play showed consistency and poise, not generally associated with rookie defensemen. On offense, Gavremot was a pleasant surprise, racking up more points than a defenseman named Bobby Orr did back in his rookie season. Jocelyn Gavremot, a name to remember for the Vancouver Canucks.
Excuse me. Hi, can I see that laptop?
Sure. You can access the internet all around your house. It's wireless networking.
Did you say wireless?
I'm free. Not just a puppet on a string, no ties to anything.
Find your freedom. Have us install a wireless network in your home. Thousands of possibilities. Get yours. Best Buy.
Got it.
A1 steak sauce. Yeah, it's that important.
Baby Ruth, The Real Deal has crunchy, whole roasted peanuts. The Real Deal has chewy nougat. The Real Deal has rich, creamy caramel. Because whether you're the man in the middle, the guy between the pipes, or a great tasting candy bar, being the Real Deal is about what's on the inside. Baby Ruth from Nestle, the Real Deal.
Okay, sir, here's your Avis care package with local information, traffic rules, and a map.
What would it be like if Avis didn't try harder?
Did Brad ask about me? Well,
do you have a map?
I gave you a map.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
I never.
Yes, I did.
I never got it.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Can I have another map?
No.
Okay.
If we didn't try harder, we wouldn't be Avis.
Thanks.
Now earn double miles or get double dollar savings with Twice the Love at Avis. Learn more at avis.com.
Welcome to SportsCenter alongside Stuart Scott. I'm Scott Van Paul.
Dude. True fans get more with T-Mobile, a silver sponsor of ESPN 25.
If you've missed even one wild episode,
About a little decorum!
now's your chance to see the new hit show everyone's talking about.
It's gonna get ugly.
Cheap Seats The Marathon starts noon Eastern, May 30th on ESPN Classic.
It'll be a classic Sunday night at 7 and 7:30. It's the offbeat comedy Cheap Seats. And at 8, Real Classics hosted by Burt Reynolds presents Point Break, starring Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze. Tonight on ESPN Classic.
The 1972 West Division race was all Chicago. The Blackhawks tied their all-time season high of 107 points with strong offense and awesome defense. Bobby and Dennis Hall terrorized goaltenders throughout the league with high-powered bombing leading to 50 and 30 goals respectively. With Pitt Martin among the NHL's top 20, Stan Mikita, Jim Pappin, and Cliff Corral all enjoying productive campaigns, the Blackhawks offense more than held its own. But it was an even greater year for the defense, as goaltenders Tony Esposito and Gary Smith captured the Vezina Trophy by a comfortable margin. Outstanding contributions from second-team All-Stars Bill White and Pat Stapleton helped cement the NHL's stingiest defense in front of the spectacular performance of Tony Esposito, the first-team All-Star goaltender. Improved team in the NHL, the Minnesota North Stars, finished an easy second in the West with rugged defense and well-balanced offense. Jude Drouin, runner-up for the Calder Trophy in 1971, had an impressive sophomore season in spite of injuries that sidelined him for 15 games. Murray Oliver, Lou Nanne, Dean Prentice, and Danny Grant were solid performers all year long as Coach Jack Gordon's North Stars made the NHL take notice. A welcome addition to Minnesota was veteran Bob Nevin, acquired in an off-season trade with New York. Nevin's steadying two-way play was a major factor in the North Stars' surge. Bill Goldsworthy led all Minnesota scorers with his unique style of celebration and a 31-goal season, his third consecutive year of 30 or more. Although the attack was formidable, Minnesota's pride is defense. Ted Harris, Barry Gibbs, and Tom Reed provided the savvy and muscle, while netminders Cesar Maniago and Gump Worsley provided the acrobatics that led to a second-place finish in the Vezina Trophy race. The St. Louis Blues took third in the West behind the surprising play of rookie goaltender Jacques Caron. Caron came on strong in the second half of the season to lift the Blues into the playoffs after a dogfight that went down to the final weekend. Gary Unger topped all St. Louis scorers, finishing among the league's top 20 with 36 goals and 34 assists. He received strong support from Mike Murphy, Gary Sabourin, and Jack Eagers, all with 20 goals or better on the year. Phil Roberto, obtained in a mid-season trade with Montreal, was another reason for the Blues' late-season rush, as was the consistent all-around play of Frank Saint-Marseille. The timeliest goal of the year came in overtime of the 7th game of first-round playoff competition. Kevin O'Shea's blistering slap shot eliminated the Minnesota North Stars and advanced the Blues into the Stanley Cup semifinals.
Starting Monday on Sports Century, it's Indy 500 week, profiling another Indy legend each night.
Racing is their life.
Get ready for this year's big race with Sports Century Al Unser Sr., Monday at 8 Eastern. A.J. Foyt, Tuesday at 8. Mario Andretti, Wednesday at 8. Rick Mears, Thursday at 7. And Bill Vukovich, Friday at 8. Sports Century Indy 500 week, starting Monday, only on ESPN Classic.
Dear Bobby, how much ice time did you log last game? Sincerely, Mark. Dear Mark, which game?
Plastic ones last longer.
Pork bellies close steady due to speculation that demand for bacon-related products.
Read me this one, Daddy.
Okay, honey. The less art kids get, the more it shows. Are yours getting enough? Art. Ask for more. AmericansForTheArts.org.
Okay, it's my prehistoric PC or my sluggish dial-up. No, wait, maybe it's both. They've got to go.
I know what you mean. Come check this out.
Gateway presents the My Dial-Up is Getting Me Worked Up broadband event. Buy any of our amazing PCs and we'll get you set up with a great deal on fast broadband service. Your Gateway professional can help you pick the perfect PC and offer that'll have you surfing with speed in no time. Gateway PCs start just under $400. 3 ways to Gateway for great broadband savings.
The Pittsburgh Penguins clinched the final West Division playoff spot on the last day of the season following an incredible battle down the stretch. For the first time in their 5-year history, the Penguins had 30 goal scorers as Jean Pronovost and Greg Polis erased the former club mark of 26. Sil Epps led all Pittsburgh point-getters with 59, while Brian Hextall, Ron Schock, and Bob Leader added scoring momentum in the fight for 4th place. Veteran Tim Horton anchored an improving backline with help from promising youngsters Darrell Edistrand and Dave Burrows. Jim Rutherford took charge in goal when the going got tough, and he did the job, including this stop that saved the entire season on the final weekend. The Philadelphia Flyers' year defied belief. Goalie Bruce Gamble suffered a heart attack in mid-season. He recovered to attend Bruce Gamble Night at the Spectrum, but is permanently retired from hockey combat. Just prior to his illness, Gamble was playing the best hockey of his career and had won the #1 job in goal for the Flyers. Doug Favell took over following Gamble's departure and went the rest of the season with virtually no relief help. The bright light for the Flyers was Bobby Clarke. Clarke broke all Philadelphia club records with 35 goals and 46 assists, good for 81 points and 10th place in the NHL scoring race. Second-year man Bob Kelly had another productive campaign for Philadelphia. Simon Olé had his best season ever with 23 goals. And Gary Dornhofer was the Flyers' second high scorer behind Clarke. But the entire year went kaput with only 4 seconds left in the final game when a last-ditch goal doomed the Flyers to 5th place. California Golden Seals were also struggling in the thick of the pack for the final playoff berth down to the last week, but had to settle for 6th. However, the Golden Seals unveiled 22-year-old rookie goaltender Gilles Meloche, and he showed why California is well protected in goal for years to come. The Seals' defense was also bolstered by newcomers Bob Stewart and Rick Smith, obtained from Boston in the trade for Carl Vadnais. Stewart and Smith added much-needed muscle to the California lineup. Defenseman Dick Redmond was the Seals' outstanding performer in his first full season in the NHL. Redmond is one of the best attacking defensemen to enter the league since Bobby Orr. His 45 points in 1972 gives testimony to that fact. The Los Angeles Kings were the 5th team, gamely battling it out for the playoffs until the closing weeks. Whitey Veeding led all Kings scorers with 27 goals and 28 assists, his second big season in a row. The goaltending duo of Rogie Vachon and Gary Edwards had a busy year, and their presence, along with defenseman Gilles Marat, has the Los Angeles defensive prospects looking up. The Kings had 5 players over the 20-goal mark: Ralph Backstrom, Butch Goring, Serge Bernier, and Jim Johnson, plus Veeding. Several more good reasons why the Kings are on the upgrade.
There's a power so awesome, so irresistible, you'll do anything to get your hands on it.
Loan 22.
As the playoffs got underway, Boston eliminated Toronto, St. Louis ousted Minnesota, New York toppled Montreal, and Chicago swept Pittsburgh. In the semifinals, Boston beat St. Louis, and New York topped Chicago, both in 4-game sweeps. And so the Stanley Cup Finals paired the Boston Bruins and the New York Rangers. The opening game was a wild and woolly affair that was knotted up at 5-5 when Ace Bailey suddenly broke down the far boards. He cut in and beat Ed Jockerman late in period 3 to give the Bruins a dramatic 6-5 victory. The team split the next 2 games, and Game 4 on Madison Square Garden ice was crucial for both sides. And at times like this, it's always comforting to have Bobby Orr in your lineup. Orr splits the Rangers' defense, and quickly the Bruins grab a 1-0 lead. Orr tallied a second goal to make it 2-0, and then with Boston shorthanded, Orr and Don Marcotte combine on this picture play to put the game out of reach and put the Bruins only 1 game away from the Stanley Cup. Boston went for the clincher at home in Game 5, but the Rangers had other ideas as they fought on even terms, deadlocked at 2-2 in the 3rd period. Ted Irvin sets up Bobby Russo, and Russo notches his second goal of the night to give the Rangers a 3-2 win and keep their cup hopes alive. Game 6 is back in New York, and once again the teams battle it out in a hard-fought, evenly matched hockey game. And once again, Bobby Orr takes command as he whirls, moves in, shoots, and scores to break a scoreless tie and put the Bruins on top. Orr set up a Wayne Cashman tip-in to make it 2-0, and then the Bruins sealed the Rangers' fate as Phil Esposito feeds Wayne Cashman for his second goal of the game late in period 3. The Bruins' 3-0 win clinched their second Stanley Cup in 3 years, and Bobby Orr was named the most valuable player, adding the Conn Smythe Trophy to his annual NHL silverware collection. During the course of a season, hockey has its lighter moments. Let's take a look at some unusual action. Here's your official invitation. The Hardhead of the Year Award. the Hopalong Cassidy Award. The Tarzan Trophy. The Fred Astaire Award. The in crowd discovers a new location for brawling. The human welcome mat. The extra stick trick. The curved stick trick. The weirdest goal of the year, as Detroit's Mickey Redmond throws his stick at the puck with Danny Grant headed toward an empty net. The shot is in, but after the final buzzer. However, Redmond threw his stick before time expired, and the rules state that's an automatic goal. So Grant's goal after the buzzer actually counts. And finally, the longest goal of the year, a length of the rink bullseye by that man again, Bobby Orr.